Welcome back at IESF 14 World Esports Championship Bali 2022. Still at the fire stage with Big Eka, with all of the players here, PUBG mobile team. We have the first round, Brunei Darussalam who get the chicken dinner. So yeah, they can eat the ayam taco right there. Okay. So before we start to the second match, I would like to tell you that this event can be held by support from our government sponsors, Kemenpora, Korean Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism, KONI, and OC Indonesia, and Wonderful Indonesia. So guys, for the second round, whose team that gonna steal the chicken from Brunei Darussalam, yeah? We got Bahrain here, Vietnam, and every country that compete here have the same manpower as the others. So it will be difficult to know which team or which country that will have a winner chicken dinner for the second match. So you don't have to wait any longer. So I would like to take back to the casters that lead the game for today. Still, Dona Fisca and El Doge.
Thank you so much, Mas Ger. We call them Mas Ger.
Mas
Mas
Ger.
means brother, bro.
Elder.
Elder bro.
brother.
Yeah.
Elder bro, yeah.
Elder bro. Mas Ger for tossing it back to us, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, our friends, our beloved friends, wherever you are, because we're gonna approaching the second game of today, which is gonna take place in Miramar.
But, no. Before we continue, Miramar,
What?
Masker actually mentioned ayam betutu.
Ayam betutu, winner, ayam betutu dinner.
Dinner, yeah. Ayam betutu is actually, what do we say? Local-
Balinese.
Balinese dish,
yeah,
local
Balinese.
dish, which is very amazing because it's not only an ordinary chicken, but with herbs and spices,
Yeah.
which is very Balinese.
Very
Yeah.
Balinese. Yes, it's really good.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's really good. Like what is it called?
What?
I totally forgot what chicken in Indonesia. Ayam. Ayam
Ayam.
betutu. Ayam betutu is like one of my favorite dish of ayam of chicken.
Yeah.
Because like if I getting bored eating chicken, like fried chicken in general, like I'm going to eat like ayam betutu.
Ayam betutu, yeah, that's a good dish. So if you go to Bali, if you want to have a K here, don't forget to eat ayam betutu. Yeah,
Yeah, maybe we can start a segment where we give them a recommendation of like what to do in Bali, what to eat in Bali, right?
Buh.
Buh. one Indonesian word that you can say is buh.
It's like wow.
Wow.
Yeah. So buh.
Yeah, buh.
So what recommendation, Donna?
What is ayam betutu?
Ayam betutu. Then
Maybe I'll save it for another
no,
segment.
if I'm not mistaken, ayam betutu usually eaten by sambal. What sambal?
Mata.
Mata.
Sambal mata is
Yeah.
Balinese sambal. Sambal is basically what is
Chili?
Yeah, chili.
Chili. Yeah.
You all know sambal.
You all know
actually.
sambal,
Sambal
right?
is
Yeah.
amazing.
Especially mata,
Yeah.
because mata is it's breaking. Yeah. Mata.
Can we bring it?
Yeah, we can, because some of the viewers are Indonesian,
Oh
right?
yeah, welcome
So,
Indonesian friends.
Bear with our jokes.
Yeah, so welcome Indonesian friends. So maybe we will like bring our usual Indonesian style
Style.
of casting here on the table, and maybe with that way we can like really introduce Indonesian style of casting
Yeah.
to our international audience. But of course, we want to give a shout out to our sponsor.
Okay.
Sponsor this event, which is like the 14th World Esports Championship 2022, is sponsored by JHL Auto, Nusa Pay, DAS, Gudang Crypto, Taiwan Excellence, Pertamina, and also Hydro Coco.
And also our official telco partner, which is Telkomsel, official smartphone partner Samsung Galaxy A series, which used by all the players.
Yep.
Then internet service provider partner IndiHome.
And also travel management partner HIN, hotel partner Episode Hotel and also Marusaka Hotel, which is our venue right now in Marusaka Hotel. And also esports broadcaster partner Mineski Global, IAVL, and also ESIT.
Production partner Lemon ID.
Yep.
Media partner Net TV, Trans7, Detikcom, Esports.id, Video.com, Dunia Games, Dance TV, Dance Play, Merah Putih, Bola Skor, and Kami Bijak.
Yep, a lot of amazing partner has been joining us in this 14th World Esports Championship in Bali,
Whoa.
and we can meet like a lot of amazing people as well on the that usually like is a back person. What we can say?
Back person?
Back person.
Where is that?
What is it? What is it called?
Oh,
Like,
behind the
behind the
scene. Behind the
behind
scene.
the camera person.
Yeah.
Behind the camera.
Because
person.
when we do the cast, we only maybe in terms of esports people.
It's sports.
Yeah, we met the broadcast, the production, but when it comes to the IESF, it feels like a reunion.
Right,
Right? Yeah.
right. Because like we met a lot of amazing people here in the IESF, because like in this such a big event,
Yeah.
they really need to like gathering so
Yeah.
many talented person.
And for sure, if you're already old enough at esport, you will easily or easygoingly to say
Or
hello maybe
say
to,
hello to
people
each
here.
other, yeah.
Not like me, because I intend to not knowing
No,
a lot of people, but
What, you-
yeah, I know I
Uh-huh.
know them right now, and
Yeah.
it's good for me.
Yeah. It's
But
like what? What? Not but.
but
Yeah.
so yeah, another great sponsor of us, and there is Central, Cargo.
Yes.
So if you want to deliver your packages around Indonesia, service door to door, and also you can download the application of Central Cargo.
On your mobile phone or on your devices as well. All of it. All of it. Just download it now.
So it's so easy, right?
So easy.
Yeah,
Yes.
especially maybe for an entrepreneur, want to deliver packages.
Oh yeah, of
you know,
course.
around
Because,
Indonesia.
yeah, because like Indonesia now is like the what is it? Small medium enterprise is like quite rising
Yeah.
in Indonesia.
And
So
that's what I like, because the informal sector of Indonesia is huge. Why do we mention economical things?
suddenly,
But Central Cargo, don't forget to download the apps.
yeah. Because like we like to talk about all the things,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
a lot of things, especially like in this kind of time, like we really we really like to do like intermezzo, because like if we're talking all the time about like the technical thing about the team and also the players, it's gonna be like maybe too tactical for the viewers.
Yeah,
and
I
also
guess,
like,
I guess so.
yeah,
So that way, we do what? The intermezzo things, right?
intermezzo.
So yeah, the intermezzo things, we will mention a lot of great partner, great sponsor of this amazing event. So before we are talking about Samsung, then the Central Cargo, I just realized I do not need to bring my souvenir from Bali to my hometown.
Right.
Yeah.
Just use
Central Cargo. Nice.
Itu dia.
Yeah. That's the part.
That's so funny. That's so funny. That's so funny.
Itu dia
That's
is
so
bahasa.
funny. It's fun.
Yeah.
And that is quite a knowledge for them.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my God. Early in the morning. Early in the morning. Early in the morning.
funny, I
First day. So yeah.
No, but yeah, it's actually like quite universal.
But it's different when it comes to Japanese.
What?
When Japanese say yeah, it means no.
Oh yeah, because their yes is hi.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. Right.
I'm afraid that we're gonna mix language later on, not only Indonesian, but
But-
we're gonna add
But
Japanese.
that's how
That is
Indonesian well known, right?
Yeah.
A lot of cultures.
yeah, because
So-
like this is also the theme,
I think it doesn't matter when we do the culture mix.
right? Because like it is actually the theme of
Yeah,
the event,
yeah,
like
yeah.
unity in diversity,
Uniting
right?
in diversity.
Yeah, we have a bunch of amazing player back there.
Yep.
That come from a lot of different background and also a lot of different countries. So
Yep.
might as well we sometimes use their language.
Well, try. I don't want to talk about with the
Nice
players,
try.
but again, we are going to the second match of the day from
Mhm.
Group A versus Group B. So, Miramar.
Miramar.
Miramar,
Miramar.
Marimar. You know that?
Miramar. You allow me to start it?
Yeah,
Miramar, me.
Miss.
Miss.
Ra. Red Aliens.
Ra. No.
What?
Ra. Right now, we are gonna jump right into the game because I think the player is ready now. And not yet, I believe, because they are getting ready. And I can hear now we are gonna start the second game, and we're gonna see the first thing first, the amazing stage of Val 2020 14th World Esports Championship. Here it is, the second game of the day.
Yep. They are going from Los Leones, if I'm not mistaken, towards the western part of Miramar. I think near Monte Nuevo. No, yeah, Monte Nuevo and Valdelmar. So this is a very not good flight path because teams want to go to the northern side of Miramar.
Yeah.
It's not easy. They need the vehicle, especially for those who want to La Cobreria, Campo Militar.
Whew.
So hard.
Yeah, it's gonna
Yeah.
be like a challenge for them, especially battling up for a vehicle. In
Yeah.
the first minutes of the games is gotta be challenging, and it's gotta be like not only one team is gonna do that, but a lot of teams.
I
But
guess.
I can see that LL or Los Leones, I believe it's gonna be like ruled only by one team,
Yup.
which is one
Chinese
team,
Taipei. Only
which is
China-
one team,
One is sport team.
one
Yeah.
esports team. Yeah. Oh my God.
What a coincidence.
Yeah, what a coincidence. Like LL is such a big city for only one esports team
Yeah.
to rule them. Like, oh my God.
Again, name is spray, right? Name is spray.
Name is-
Sometimes.
Yeah, I'm the
But
only one here.
back again, the same thing happened at Miramar like Erangel before. The zone, the first circle is far from the flight path. I
Yeah.
mean, it can help you if you want to do the rotation right now to El Pozo or maybe to La Cobreria. It still can be happening. But
Yeah.
Impala, Los Leones, a big city,
Yeah.
only one team. Impala, a far smaller city, but consists two teams. This is not an ideal situation. But I like what Libya do right now because one player ascended to the top of the hill, so a better vision
Yeah.
towards all the opponents inside Impala. But the South Korea, the treatment they do right now, they're waiting, even though they're not inside a circle. But whoever appear first, I think will be easily taken down by the other enemy, by the other
Yeah.
players.
Yeah. I really like how they really diverse their gameplay in terms of like the individual of the play. Big Star, like you mentioned earlier, right now is only gonna scout out the
Yep.
other player are opening around them,
See?
while other players behind Big Star is now gonna be like guarding up, of course, like the backside of the defensive area of South Korea. But right now, I believe after two knocks down that has been happening, both by, I believe this is Libya, right?
Yep.
And also South Korea, they are not gonna do much of a big move here. They're-
This is the big problem when it comes to a city with a lot of compound or houses. When you boldly move around without smokes, without any obstacle, you do not know from what window,
Yeah.
from what house you will getting shot by. So that way, I said earlier, the person or the player who appear first will easily be taken down.
Yeah.
First of all, Libya took down one of the player from South Korea, but they forget the same mistake did by South Korea, they did it also. So that way, both of them right now and in a different condition because South Korea already reviving or revived one of the player.
Yep.
Intact with 4 players, Libya, I guess, with a small portion of Impala, they controlled one of the players Zeus from above. If he can knock one player from South Korea, the fight still can be won by South Korea. Sorry, Libya.
Libya.
But if they can't, I think this will be easily for South Korea.
Yeah, but I don't see that any intention from Libya that they want to pull back the war? Because I can see that there's one player which is one shot. He is now still inside of the compound, inside of the house, and just waiting for South Korea to really showing up their body and
Ooh.
their self. And there you go, South Korea trying to pushing into the house, but two knocks down happening now towards South Korea. This is like a big knockdown actually, because like it only happened and only done by one player, but none backup happening. The backup from Libya is not happening like too fast.
Yeah, that was a very good defense, if I can say, because two players from South Korea being knocked down. But again, when it comes to three players, what you can do? Two players maximum is already a good defense, but you can't do more than that.
Yeah.
He's only having Uzi or
Yeah.
UZI.
Yeah.
It's only 35 bullets
Yeah.
in a magazine with extended mag, so you can't fight three players. And when you talk about I shot, do not do and do not do something when it comes to defending. Before he just waiting because he already heard three stops
Yep.
coming from
Yep.
South Korea, so that way he's just holding. He try or he really want to knock them down by surprise, but it failed. So yeah, so sorry for Libya, but they still have two players. They still can continue the game. We'll
Yeah.
see how it will turns out.
Yeah, I feel like it's too bad for Libya that they didn't really took that advantage of two knocks out from South Korea and move really fast. And well, actually, it was quite impossible for two of the players from Libya to move that fast because like they are uphill, right?
Yep.
They are gonna like took so much time to go downhill, but I really have a question though.
What's that?
Why one shot still inside of a house? Like he really know the information about the players from South Korea, but none of the players is moving as South Korea moving in.
For me, the beginning of what Libya want to do at Impala, they want to divide the players into two different locations.
Ah.
Two players on the high ground,
Yep.
they can control the church, they can control the hill, but the other two players only play at the compounds. One already being knocked down, so I should do not have any backup.
Yeah.
So that way, he's just defending there, hoping for the surprise attack works. But the other two, like you already mentioned before, if they insist themselves to go downhill, help eye shots, I think it will make far worse condition for Libya.
So it's gonna be
It's
like
open field, no
Yeah.
smokes at all, no
Yeah.
vehicle. What you can do?
yeah.
Yeah.
So what you want to say is like it's gonna be like a bigger risk or a bigger loss for
Totally.
Libya if they did that. And now we're gonna see
What?
which teams is gonna take a bigger. Wait, is
Oh,
this?
no. The minimap is wrong.
yeah,
The
yeah,
minimap
yeah.
is wrong. This is on the
believe.
top hill of Pecado. So two teams, Iraq and also
Guatemala?
This is, I think,
Sorry,
the,
not Guatemala.
where's
Let's
that?
see. Let's see.
Azerbaijan.
yeah.
Azerbaijan. So this is a very well-known place to do fight because when it comes to the circle going to the top left of the map itself,
Yep.
this is the rotation route.
Ah.
Coming from the graveyard, coming from the Minaskin Rales, coming from even El Azahar, still can do this way. And yeah, the fight's still happening. And I think this is not good for both of the parties or both of the teams because whoever win the fight, they are late going to the second and especially to the third zone.
Yeah, especially we will see later on because like both of the team now they are still engaging those that war. They still wanted to really securing their placement right now because like if they move too fast,
Yeah.
even if they move too fast, they'll be like tailed down by the other team or the other country as well. So that is another point to handle. But now both of the team is in on the blue zone, I believe. We can see.
This is another chance, I guess.
Yeah.
Pakistan did the same thing. They do the rotation towards the middle. I think that is the safest way when you do a new tournament,
Yeah.
new opponents,
Uh-huh.
go to the circle, go to the central part of circle. But again, the other problem when you defend the center of the circle,
Mm-hmm.
it is very hard
Yeah.
because a lot of team will circling you around, will do fight around you.
Mm-hmm.
You can do the suppressing towards them, or you want just defend your compound. But back again to the fight, Iraq and also Azerbaijan, they're still trading their needs. But I think Iraq already committing right now. They are going with the smoke. 3 players already going to the other house, the other compound for the Azerbaijan. But one player from the Azerbaijan knew the player from Iraqi are just going in, are just all out. Sheriff even being knocked down, but the trade happening. But Baku,
Oh.
that is so unfortunate for you. Ghost Prime still holding the position, but that is a very good shot. Again, hip fire is not easy to control with. Right now, Azerbaijan only have 2 players outside of the compound, but right now, Kalaga still fighting M249, lot of ammunition, and
Oh.
that's it. Azerbaijan back to the lobby, a very big win for Iraq.
Very, very big win for Iraq right now because like 2 of the men of their team has been knocked down, but they are now can save their way and can save their player and can continue their way into the zone. And on the other side, Pakistan and also Saudi Arabia meeting each other up, but only with one man, the scouter. I believe this is Prestige, right?
Prestige,
Yeah,
yeah.
Prestige has been scouting out players from Pakistan from uphill, and with that knowledge, with that information, and this is gonna be like the advantage for Saudi Arabia, I believe. But on the other side, Korea and Chinese Taipei is meeting each other up, and I really like how Cheng Fu is really having that confidence to be the frontliner of the Chinese Taipei as well to up against South Korea. But not only Cheng Fu, Chuan is coming in, and they are the Chinese Taipei is really having a good position. Both Chuan and also Cheng Fu really sandwiched one player from South Korea.
Yep, I really like the confidence coming from the Chinese Taipei. They are moving around with the vehicle, even already putting one player inside the zone.
Yep.
So it just make a traps for the player from South Korea. They can move around because one player already holding the zone, shooting towards the South Korea. Then the other player pressing from outside of the circle. So it's so hard for South Korea, but Chinese Taipei right now, 2 elimination, already inside the circle, still shooting. Same rotation, same route towards the. This is another wrong minimap. This is around the water treatment,
Yep.
Hacienda del Patron. So the fight still commencing, but again, Sri Lanka, the scrapping teams, still with the same strategy, same energy. They
Yeah.
are playing around the water treatment area. So be careful, Chinese Taipei.
Yeah, and we actually like saw this kind of play style or gameplay coming from Sri Lanka back in the Asia qualifier for this IESF 14th World Esports Championship,
yeah,
right? Actually, like Sri Lanka did very, very well back to the in the qualifier, but didn't really manage to get on top of the leaderboard. But they are there, but they are not there yet. Like it's like
Yeah, the presence, we can feel the presence.
yeah, the presence and
yeah.
also the power that
the
they
power,
have.
but again,
But again,
the consistency is needed when it comes to Battle Royale team.
Right.
Yeah. So for me, because this is already at the third circle, I think the circle is kind of predicted going to the central of north side, and the experienced teams like Saudi, they already treat the circle very well. They are going to the highest hill right now, or you can say mountain, whatever, with buggy. I really like the vehicle choice of them because buggy is very versatile
Yep.
when it comes to Miramar. You can climb around all the places and look at the dividing of
Yeah.
players from Saudi. They are split up to 2 different places, and both of the places are very good to see
Yeah.
all the movement.
yeah, this is like a very classic split type
Yep, yep,
that
yep.
we can see quite often happening like in the country's PMPL or even like in the region PMPL or up into like the PMGC. And if they can really manage this position, this is gonna be like a big advantage for Saudi Arabia as well. Especially like we can see and we can feel how confident they played from the first game. But right now, SK
Wow!
Tom being shut down by, I think this is what country this
From
is?
Brunei, from Brunei.
Ah, Brunei, yeah.
Brunei just knocked one player from
Saudi,
Saudi.
Arabia. But with that kind of uphill or with that kind of elevation that Saudi Arabia has, I think it's still quite safe for them,
Yeah,
especially for SK Tone.
one of the teammates still can revive the others, so it's still good. But this is what I want to discuss about Donna, or I want to tell to the viewers. When you meet someone at the same drop spot, especially the drop spot is far from the zone, Libya is the best example. They do not have a lot of utility. They do not have a lot of preparation for the late game. And yeah, only 2 players. But Pakistan, they play really well up until third circle. Going to the fourth, they moving towards the southern part of the circle,
Yeah.
they met Vietnam, which already hold the position really well. And what I see right now from the IESF players, they intend not to gathering around in one area,
Yeah.
but they split. And I think this is a very good gameplay. It means that the team that qualified to the IESF are a really good team.
Yeah, a really good team. And talking about Vietnam as well, after like a very bad result from the previous game, first game, I think they really want to take a revenge on this
Yes.
game. They really want to take the points because the points really matter. Because like in the for one day they will only gonna play 6 games. So if you waste like the first 3 games, it's gonna be like a very painful situation for the team, and it's gonna be like a very hard to carry out of towards the grand final as well later on.
Yeah, totally agree. Even though we mentioned a lot about 11 teams
Yeah.
can go to the final, but again, first day is really important.
The first day is really
Yeah,
important.
the points that Don already mentioned. The second one is about the mentality.
Yeah.
You do not want to have a low mentality. Even we already heard a lot of shout coming from the players,
Yep.
and I think it needs
Yeah,
it
it
needs
needed.
to be done because
Yeah.
it boosts up your teammate, it boosts up yourself, and
Mhm.
it lower the other teams.
Yeah,
mentality, yeah.
the enemy team's
Yeah.
mentality like being crushed down by the shouting and the yelling that has been happening. And now Vietnam is really gonna seek out the opportunity now to really securing some of the elimination point. But right now, Chua, we can see he's gonna try to pushing in to make or engage the war between them. And also now we can see Mauritius, I believe. Yes.
Yep. And Mauritius, one of the players, Vortex, has one of the strongest weapon in the game, Groza, for the close combat. I think Eagle knows because the son of the weapon itself. So they make the gap first. They make a distance first,
yep.
throwing the utility. Hopefully they can knock down one of the player and they go. But the situation is reversed because from the Mauritius, right? Mauritius successfully knock one player from Vietnam down. And this fight need to be done quickly because they really want the compounder want to set up for the 4th zone. And at the other hand, I think one player or one teams want to get another benefit from both of the fight, which is Sri Lanka.
Yeah, well, even though like we know that Eagle or Vietnam team is actually one of the strong team as well, but we cannot forget Mauritius. Even though they are not in the PMGC, they can eliminate the one of the strong country because actually Mauritius is come from Zero Tolerance Skills team,
Okay.
which is like they won the 7th place in the PMPL Africa Spring, and they come from qualifier and also like they qualified into the other tournament as well, the next tournament. But now they are gonna see and they are gonna face another team, which is Sri Lanka mentioned earlier by El Doge. But not only one team is gonna engage that war, but also we can see another team approaching in towards them.
Yeah, suddenly north side is just nightmare for
Nightmare.
these teams because they really want to go to the fifth circle, which
Oof.
shifting really bad for
Oh my
them.
god.
So they need to fight this fast, or they want to go to the circle and defend inside the circle. But we'll see later because from the Mauritius still shooting around, the Brunei really want it that way. But Senegal teams from the lower ground, I think they are still having a hard way
Yeah.
to go towards the uphill of this place. Even one of the players, Zenos, knocked down by the nade. So I think the defense coming from Mauritius and also Sri Lanka is still quite strong so far.
Yeah, still quite strong so far, but now the chaotic, the calamity is happening
Mm,
between them all because like this is they are gotta do. This is do or die situation for them, and I really like how Marutius really took that advantage, really take that timing to move out of the war, to move out of the mess that we can see right now happening at the edge of the circle, because they really want to secure the zone or the spot inside of the zone as soon as possible.
yeah, it's already the fifth zone. It's not good to be outside because the DPS, the damage per second from the blue zone already quite hard
Yeah, yeah.
to defend with. So yeah, what a good movement. Mauritius already arrived at the zone. Even Sri Lanka, they won the fight. They got a lot of elimination, but when it comes to the lower ground, the crater field place right now is not easy for them to defend or to have a position. But look at Brunei, they are still unstoppable. Even though chicken dinner before they already got a lot of points, still they can defend it pretty well. Even Nate connected to the Mauritius teammate or the Mauritius people or the Mauritius players.
Players?
But yeah, I think there is no what do we say, a commit push
Yeah.
from Brunei towards the Mauritius because they already have a good place. They just need to defend. Even Chewi from that tight place still can knocking down one of the player from Mauritius.
Yeah, it's really tricky position, or yeah, quite tricky circle that we are gonna see later on. Especially, we can wait the next zone shifting, which is towards like the northeastern side from the previous zone. But Saudi Arabia, they really like uphill that much because like they
Yeah.
are still there. They are always securing the uphill, the higher ground position, that they can see like all of their opponent or enemy down there. And I really like how Dami really being active and really confident to really take that one man down of the enemy. And not only one, but he also see one man down. And I believe that is the last man standing from Sri Lanka. And with that, Sri Lanka out of the game.
I think Saudi Arabia, even though they need to go down right now, they still playing the momentum very, very precise.
Yeah.
They know the fight is still not happening at below, so they're still holding the behind of their position. But right now, when the fight happened between Brunei and also Mauritius, if
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
mistaken,
Mauritius.
they are moving. So I think this is a very experienced gameplay coming from Saudi Arabia. But not to mention, Brunei, again, still unstoppable.
Yes.
Even though already got 14 elimination at the first game,
Yeah.
at the second, at the sixth zone, they already got half of it.
Yeah, I really like how Brunei now
Newbie?
doing really
No.
well. Newbie? No, yeah, he's out of the game. He's out of the zone right now, being eliminated. But Brunei though has pocketed 7 elimination point. Not only Brunei, but also any other team as well, which Saudi Arabia really leading up in terms of elimination point with 8, and they want more because they got one more knockdown. And Esketon again and again and again, we can see him being really active to scanning out the enemy down there, and the enemy somehow is really open and really open, and Esketon can knock out and can take those enemies down really easily, quote unquote.
For me, this is 100% chicken dinner for Saudi Arabia. I think, yeah, we can say 100 is too precise 90% for me,
90%.
at least because it's very easy for them. They already have the high ground,
Yeah.
they have the manpower, they can do it right away. The momentum for them is still the best so far. Even the still elimination can still happening from the Saudi Arabia. So yeah, only the last man standing from Brunei, four of the player from Saudi Arabia, and most of the circle already controlled by Saudi. So yeah, this will be
Yeah.
very hard situation. Piasao, can he knock down? No.
No
Close
way.
is never enough, but the position of Piasao already spotted. So the Saudi right now
Oof.
is swarming around towards the player of Brunei.
And I think it's gonna be like, yeah, pretty secure, pretty surely it's gonna be like a winner chicken dinner or I am tutu dinner for Saudi Arabia, even though PSL is gonna like trying really hard, trying all the best he can to really making it go
Damn.
south for Saudi Arabia. Even now, I believe Saudi Arabia is being bombarded and being like pressured by PSL. And what I can say is I really like how Saudi Arabia doesn't really like aggressive moving towards PSL as the last man standing, even though they know pretty well they only need to take one man enemy down.
I think because Saudi Arabia knows they are still not inside the circle, and Esketon, I think there's no hope for him to what do we say? Still can be alive to the ninth circle because when Eschaton drop down, the fall damage will be high. So
Yeah.
Eschaton just want to wait. The others still have the vehicle, so the winning condition is still high for Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, it's
They
still
are,
high.
they are waiting because one of the player who
Is it?
intend to do the rush can't do anything about it, and that's the last man standing. Easily, like I said earlier,
Yep.
chicken dinner for Saudi Arabia.
Well, congratulations for Saudi Arabia. Not only they securing winner chicken dinner, but they, for sure, I'm pretty sure that they securing like a lot of elimination
I think
points, double digits.
Yeah, double digit, right? So a lot of points coming
Lot
for
of
Saudi
points,
Arabia.
yeah.
But Brunei though, still unstoppable.
So unstoppable.
Not only the chicken dinner, but he got the runner up for the second game,
Uh-huh.
even with a lot of elimination. Also 9 for Brunei, so 21 points, still high. I think when it comes to the leaderboard, Brunei is still the number one so far.
Yeah, but actually, like Brunei is kind of a special country because like we didn't really see them that much
Yep.
in terms of like international PMPLs or international tournaments rather than this IESF, but they got actually a strong players from what I can hear and what I can see. And some of the times, actually, Brunei Darussalam is qualified or playing in the APEC scene, APEC Cup Fall 2022, even though that they only like securing the 14th placement,
Okay.
but they were up against the other strong competitor or enemy like Yangon Galacticos,
Yangon, okay.
APG,
APG.
APG1 Esports team actually kill enemy or KA.
Okay.
Yeah, any other strong team that we can see coming from Asia's region.
So
So,
even,
yeah.
even though there's no, if I'm not mistaken, there is no specific PMPL for Brunei, but they compete on an international level.
On international level, yeah.
So that way they play really well.
Yep.
And I really like how they treat these two games really well because we do not see Brunei at the beginning, right? But at the late game they are still intact with 4 players.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it is not only happening in this game,
Yep.
but their consistency we can saw from the beginning of the game. And we're gonna see the highlights eventually. Like, yes, this is the highlights. We can see again the things that happening in the second game of the day.
Yep. So a lot of early game fight, right? At the heel of Pecado, then at Impala itself. But I guess for the next Miramar, when Group A and B meet again, Libya. I think they need to find another drop spot because, or they change the strategy. Not only play for a very small portion of Impala, they can still play at the lower ground of Impala because
Yep.
Impala have the high and the lower ground.
Yep.
So it can be like that. But Sri Lanka, I really want to mention this team also because
Yeah.
they intend to play quite outer of the circle,
Mm.
waiting for the other team to come in, and they did quite well. Even though the next problem is when you did that thing too long,
Uh-huh.
you can't go to the circle easily like
Yeah.
the others.
Yeah. It's the matter of timing as well.
Yep, yep,
that
yep.
they really need to do really well
Mhm.
inside of the game. If it's too fast, it's gonna be like a pretty chaotic moment because
Mhm.
like they can be tailed down pretty easily by the other team. But
Yep,
if
yep.
they're too late, the reverse things
Will
or the
happen.
opposite things will happen as well. And after we saw the highlights of the day of the second game that obviously won by Saudi Arabia, we are gonna see the statistic, the result. But all right, 153 tribal used. Now
Still high
so-
number,
still high number,
but
but in terms of if we're talking about
Oh.
Miramar,
I think I know the reason.
why though?
Because there are a lot of early fight.
Ah,
It reduced the players. That's the first reason. The second one, it's a domino effect. If the players are not many anymore,
yeah.
not that many,
Yeah,
what I mean,
we got lesser.
yeah, we get lesser
uh-huh,
players. So the utility is not that much too,
Actually,
right?
yes.
Yeah. And at the end of the circle, it is not the place that you can hide. You can still do the smoke things.
Mm-hmm.
Even the fight is with the gunshot.
Yeah.
Saudi
only-
Arabia, the teams that threw a lot of utility at the beginning or
Yeah.
the previous match, even have the high ground,
Yeah.
so they do not need to throw any utility, just shooting
Definitely,
around. So
definitely.
that way, I think the reason.
is why. Yeah.
And Miramar, 399 meters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I believe that. I believe 153, right? Throwable use. It's like quite a different numbers than previous games, and I believe it came. The major factor is because Saudi Arabia is like one of the countries or one of the teams that throw most utility from the previous games, but now doesn't. So yeah, it's like really decreasing the utility use numbers. Only 7 smokes they used. It's really a low number for them.
Low number because previously 45, right? But I
45.
want to talk about Saudi Arabia.
Why
This
is
is
that?
what I find interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Saudi Arabia is really fast going to the center of the zone, right?
Yeah.
But look at the travel distance, how it can be more than the others. This is what I really concerned about. Experienced player,
Ah.
they intend to move around.
Yeah.
So they are not camping, they are not just holding the position, but even though they have the high ground, they're moving around. They're walking. They're checking all
Ah,
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
surrounding area, and that makes the travel distance for Saudi Arabia so far.
My question is very technical.
What is
I
that?
don't know if anyone actually know it
Mhm.
because like there's a same what is it called like
What is that?
distance that we have to travel
Mhm.
or we have to go through.
Mhm.
What is it called? Like I really want to say about like the difference between horizontal and also vertical because like they move uphill so much.
Okay.
Is it counted like the travel distance uphill?
All the moving are counted. So
No,
the travel,
even uphill.
even uphill. So the travel distance is accumulation from all the players
Okay.
when using vehicle or not.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So even though like you using buggy to go uphill,
Still
the-
counted.
Yeah. All right. So the levitation is counted
Yep.
by meters.
By
All right.
meters.
So a hikers then, they are.
Like you,
Yeah.
right?
Go hiking a mountain.
Okay.
So you can be as good as Saudi Arabia players in terms of PUBG Mobile.
Maybe. You can try it though.
You can try it, yeah. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. The second game of the day, which is Miramar, and afterwards we're gonna see the third games, the final games for Group A versus B, will be happening in Sandhawk.
Yep, my arch nemesis. So before we are going to the third game,
Yep.
we are going to our amazing host, which is Mas Gary.
Mhm.
So Can we go to our host?
I will check in on him first. Yes, I believe we can toss it out to him. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, Mas Gary Eka, take it away.
Thank you, El Doge and Donna Fiska. We have Saudi Arabia, who have the winner chicken dinner for the second round of today PUBG Mobile on IESF World Esports Championship 2022. So, if you're talking about winner chicken dinner, it translated into bahasa, it will called siapa yang menang makan ayam, and we are going to talking about ayam. I will say it in bahasa. Kita punya makanan atau terms of ayam yang sangat terkenal di sini that was very famous. It called ayam sorry ku tak I love you lagi. So don't go anywhere. We'll back in on ISF 14 Esports World Championship after this one.